There she is. Well, there she was. Come here. Let's do some face mushes. I know, your bursts of speed now that you're full. There we go. That's what we're after. The face mush. You're gonna bonk your head on something. Thank you. You can't hear it, but as she runs by, she gets, her belly is so full of formula right now. We just got done with breakfast. And her belly is so full as she runs by. It sounds like when you move a water balloon. It's just this little bloop, bloop. Excuse me, miss. Hey. You showing off again? I'm ferocious, supposed to show off. I'm a ferocious squirrel. She's not. She's about 3.5 months old. She has been on formula the entire time. When she arrived, she was a blind, eyes closed, ears pinned, barely any color to her velvet fur. And then we've been taking care of her since then. And all those little milestones that she's met, she's only got a few more to go, and then it'll be time for release. And she will go with her brothers and sisters in the trees, all the ones we've done before. Just like when you see Dot. Dot was our release last year about, I don't know, he was released around October last year, so he's just over a year and some change. And she'll be about 4.5 months by the time she's ready to go outside and start enjoying her life as a free squirrel. She came to us because a goat farmer found her in a field, not near any trees, not near anything. Unlikely at her age at that time, she made it there by herself, so I don't know if mommy was carrying her. But I can't imagine it running through a goat field like that, carrying the baby, unless it needs to. So my first inclination is that it might have been caught by something and then dropped, and was just fortunate enough to have been found by the farmer who called us, or called their friends who found us. But she is going through formula once a day, about 20 to 25 cc's, which is good for her weight. And then she gets Henry's blocks, which we are almost out of. But yeah, she eats these little protein blocks engineered specifically for squirrels. And generally known as Henry's blocks, although there are other kinds of blocks. It's fallen into the Kleenex and rollerblade category of, yeah, that's the name for it generically, although that is a brand. So Henry's blocks, and if you ever have any questions about squirrels, you can look up Henry's Healthy Pets, and they have everything there from what to do if you find a baby squirrel to squirrel supplies. We have a wish list there too. We get asked, how can anybody help us? We have on our about information area, we have all the links for any kind of gifts or supplies that we regularly need. We always appreciate it. We're gonna be doing calendars. We do calendars every year. In fact, that's the rest of my job for the day, is to finish the calendars for Frisbee Tales. And that goes to resupply us between baby seasons. We get new medical supplies, we resupply the food, formula, all of the wear and tear on the blankies and hammocks and stuff that they go through. Some of them you can sew, and some of them we have look like Frankenstein's blankie. But sometimes squirrels just chew too much. She is a member of that club, that's for sure. She will chew everything she can get her little teeth into. 2 rubs there. This is the only time you'll see a squirrel at this speed, is when they're full and getting face mushes. There we go. Now we got the one hand grab. She's looking out the window and a raven just flew by. You ready for more, or are you going to lounge there? Okay, move into position for more face mushes. They love this. It's comforting for them because their mother will do this after meals or after, just general grooming and places they can't reach themselves. And so from the very beginning, as soon as they started eating milk from mom, as soon as they were done, she would jump right on them and start cleaning them from end to end, which helps keep their face clean, because I always tell them, if you don't clean your face, the ants are going to steal your nose. And then, when she goes from top to bottom, she works on the other end too, which stimulates them to go potty. And that's a very important part of raising a squirrel, is you have to teach them everything. So right now we're practicing on jumps. I'll stand a certain few feet away, and then she'll jump, and then I'll back up, and she'll jump back and forth, and then I'll figure out how far is too far when she just sits there bouncing. So I'm getting good. We're at least 6-7 feet now. You gonna groom daddy now? Okay. Thank you. I want this one. No, and this one. No, this one. This one. And yes, it can hurt when they start nipping at you like that. They don't realize that you are not squirrel material, but they rarely do any damage. And in spite of what you hear, read, whatever, the rabies vector in squirrels is very difficult, if not rare. It's just part of their biology. Some animals are impervious to venom, other animals are able to resist certain types of things. And I speculate a lot has to do with their brains. Their brains are amazing. There are some squirrels hibernate just like other winter animals. And there are some squirrels that hibernate and get into such a deep, I guess what you'd call a torpor, just a coma type state that, like a bear, it slows down their biology so that they don't need as many resources when the resources aren't available. And scientists are studying these squirrel brains of those that hibernate that deeply so they can come up with some resources, or at least study on how, when these squirrels come out of their coma, sleep, hibernation, their brains are almost instantly fully charged. I mean, they come back 100% ready to go. And I'm talking out my unknown, out of my complete ignorance of this topic, but I believe that folks who come out of comas do have to worry about